everyone, I'm back with another video, and this time I'm here with like a little draw with me, and I haven't really done one of these before, so I'm kind of nervous, but I'm also kind of excited. I don't know, but not only is this just a simple little draw with me, I'm also going to be trying out Himi Guache for the first time. So for my birthday, one of my friends got me this this set, and I'm very excited. I've never actually used gouache before, so this is gonna be a little learning experience. Not only that, but I have painted before. I've used watercolor and I've used acrylic, but I've never tried gouache, and from what I can tell, it's sort of an in-between acrylic and watercolor. I think it's closer to watercolor though, because as far as I'm aware, you can like layer it and stuff, but not too much. I don't really know. Honestly, I don't really know a lot about it. It has this little mixing tray, I believe. Oh, and it comes with paintbrushes. So these are the paintbrushes. We have a flathead, round, and this little point one. I'm gonna have to put some water on those. And then, obviously, here's the colors. So I thought it would be kind of satisfying to take these off together, but they don't really seem to be in a specific color. Or maybe they are. I don't know. I'm gonna take them out and we'll do it together. Here, I'm gonna flip it over. Oh geez, this is not working. Okay. Okay, it worked. So these are the colors. I'm very excited. I'm just gonna peel them and put them back in here. I feel like they need to be in rainbow order, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Definitely. I'm putting them in rainbow order. So like I said, I've never really done a lot of painting before. I did take, I took my first semester of painting this semester, and that was pretty fun. The only thing I worked with was acrylic paint. So yeah, I have worked with a little bit of watercolor before, but I think gouache is still going to be a pretty new and exciting experience, to say the least. Okay, I'm actually really struggling to get these out of the containers, so I'm just gonna open them all up, put them in here, and then we can start drawing. Okay, so I went and I mixed everything. Some of the colors are a little thicker than others, but here's kind of my color palette. It's also very messy. I keep getting stuff on my hands, but my camera did die. Well, my battery died, so while I was charging it, I started sketching. We'll come back to this, but I started sketching, and I'm gonna do a Dream Eater from Kingdom Hearts. Dream Drop Distance. I've been playing this a lot with my boyfriend, and I found out that there were giraffes, and now I'm a little bit obsessed, and I really want to paint the giraffes. They have like these really cool blendy colors. I'll put a reference on the screen, and I thought that would be really cool to try to do with the gouache. But while I was drawing, I realized that I wanted to kind of sketch with you guys, and I have most of like the details down, but I realized that I want to draw both versions of the Dream Eater, so I have a cool little thing I wanted to show you. So I have a piece of printer paper here, and all I'm doing is I'm lining up the printer paper. Obviously I started drawing, so all that I'm gonna do is if I had transfer paper, this would be a lot easier, but I don't. So I'm taking the printer paper and I'm tracing over these lines that I already have, and then I'm gonna flip it over and I'll have like the two giraffes reflecting each other, because there's 2 versions of them in the game, and I thought that would be really cool. So I thought I could show you guys how I was doing that, because it's kind of cool. I'm just doing like the outline, and then I'm gonna draw the like inside details on my own. That way they're not like exact replicas of each other, but I want them to have the same pose. Like I said, it would be a lot easier if I actually had transfer paper, but I do not. And printer paper, it gets the job done enough. So yeah. And this would also be easier if I put like a light under it, but for the sake of the video, I won't be doing that. Also because I don't really have an actual light box. Okay, so see, we have like the basic shape down. What I was gonna do, I was actually gonna cut this out and then just trace around the cutout, but I think if I draw hard enough on this paper, I'll be able to actually transfer it. So I'm gonna go and do that. It didn't work. Oh no. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do my original plan, which is to just cut this out and then trace it. Speaking of tracing, tracing is such a huge debate in the art community, for good reason. I mean, you know, there are a lot of people, well, especially now, but there are a lot of people who do try to trace and then, you know, claim that it is their own, and it's just not. But actually, I met a person online. He tried to tell me that I told him that I wanted to be an artist, and he tried to tell me that he too was an artist, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do you make? And then he proceeded to send me pictures of completely different art styles, like totally not related to each other. And then me being a little detective, I went and I reverse image searched them, and it came up, well, the first one came up to be like this Japanese artist, and I was just like, yeah, I don't think that's this guy. And so when I asked him about it, he was like, man, I was just trying to be cool. And I was just like, yeah, it would have been really cool if you actually drew your own art. Like, even if you're not very good, I think just having a passion and, you know, completing an action is so cool. And I get it. You know, some people feel like they have no talent or that they can't draw, but it's just that you haven't committed enough time to it, in my opinion. I mean, definitely certain things come quicker to some than others, but at the end of the day, it's all about practice. I'm not this good. I'm not even that good, but I'm not where I am now just out of pure talent. I have been drawing for a very long time, and when I first started, man, I sucked at it, but I'm happy with where I'm at now, and it's always a fun feeling to, you know, you kind of enjoy it a little bit more. Okay, so I finished cutting out the little guy, and I think instead of having them be like exactly even with each other, I think I'm gonna have this one floating a little higher Just to give it a little interest, right? I think that would be cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna tape down the head and the body. Okay, so I've been playing Kingdom Hearts with my boyfriend, and I've never played Kingdom Hearts before. Actually, I didn't even really know what it was before I met him. I've been enjoying it like way more than I thought I would. And I definitely been enjoying Dream Drop Distance. I mean, it's got cute little animals. What more is there to ask for, really? I've really been enjoying it, and it's one of his like childhood games. So we've been playing side by side, and obviously I have no idea what's going on, and he's already played them like multiple times. But it's been so fun just like hanging out with him and, you know, playing. And these games are also really up my alley. The only problem with them is like if I wasn't sitting next to him and him playing alongside me, I'd probably be really lost like the whole time. I would be very, very confused as to what was going on, because they kind of don't tell you what to do. It gets better with every game. It gets a little easier to understand like what's actually happening. But those first few games, I would have no idea where I'd need to go or what I'd need to go fight or see or whatever. I'd be really lost. So I'm glad I'm doing it with him. Okay, boom. Boom. Second giraffe. Okay, so we have all of it down. We just don't have a lot of details. I'm kind of thinking I'll add the details directly with the gouache. So I think now is a good time to do some swatches. I'm gonna do the swatches on this page. I have a little sketch here. This is actually for a Draw This in Your Style challenge on Instagram. I think these are so fun to do. It's been like my challenge this year to myself to like join as many as possible. I haven't joined that many, but I've joined a notable amount. So I'm gonna try to do this without making a mess. And I don't know how easy that's gonna be for me. But we're just gonna swatch all the colors really fast. Really done this before, so I don't really know. And I guess I'll add some water just to see how they spread. I need more water. Okay. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay. Okay, on camera, I'm seeing this purple here. It is so much more vibrant in real life. Okay. Some red. Wipe my brush off and go in with some water. That's pretty neat. Is it leaking through? Okay. Cool. If you're wondering what sketchbook this is, it is a Canson mixed media. I love these. I got one, I want to say in middle school, and I've never gone back. And my favorite ones are like the ones with the black leather cover. Those ones I love. I don't have one in this one. They're a bit expensive, and I needed a sketchbook, so I didn't want to buy the super expensive one. But these are my favorite, and I definitely recommend, because the reason why I like these so much is like I can literally use whatever medium I want to, and I don't have to worry about it getting ruined or bleeding or whatever. I'm sure if I use like alcohol markers or something, they'd probably bleed a little, but so far everything that I use with ease and care, no worry. Ooh, that's a dark brown. That's like burnt umber, I think. I don't really know. Alright, oh. It'd be really funny if I wasn't recording. Okay, I am. And these seem to blend pretty cool with water. I've only done very crude watercoloring in my time. Nothing super crazy. That's a nice macaroni cheese color. I love me some mac and cheese. That's what I'm talking about. Velveeta. Some bacon. Yum. Wow. Oh wow, that's like a, it's like a daffodil. I love it. Okay, now for this like neon yellow. Let's get some of them. That is bright. I like that. I'm probably gonna be using that. I think this little Dream Eater does have some bright yellow. Alright, let's get this one. Ooh, I like that. That's really pretty. I think that color, I think that's in my, yeah, we have a little bit of that color. This with some white. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, now for this really pretty blue. Yes. These are really nice. I'm excited. And part of the reason why I chose these Dream Eaters is because they're just so colorful. That purple, oh my goodness. I'm definitely gonna have to use some smaller paint brushes because I did kind of draw these a little small. You can barely tell, but this one's a little bit cooler tone. Just a little. Okay, so those are all my color swatches. I think I am just gonna kind of wing it with these giraffes, but I have to wait for this dries, so I will be back as soon as this dries. Okay, so my paints have now fully dried, and oh, did they rub off color? Oh, they do. Okay, so if I go super thick, they will rub a little bit, but that's okay. I think I'm ready to start, but I have to finish my sketch first. So, I'm gonna do that. Now, something really fun about these guys is their colors. They're not, I wouldn't say they're necessarily inverted from each other, but their colors are kind of reflecting of each other. So, one is primarily yellow and one is primarily purple. And those are like contrasting colors, which is pretty fun. And, I don't know, I'm just really excited about this. So I think when it comes to using the gouache, that you primarily should use them as watercolor, not so much acrylic, because I think that they smudge. Right now I'm just looking up a reference. There are a lot of different Dream Eaters. My favorites, obviously, giraffe #1, but I really like the bunnies. The sheep are really cute, and I like the lions and the goats, and the seahorses are pretty nice too. Oh, their horns are actually little spikes. Did not know that. That's why we look at references. Oh, also, there's a Pegasus, and I can't wait to make that one. I'm actually very excited about that. I'm trying to build my dream team for Dream Drop Piston. Another thing with the Dream Eaters, I feel like their eyes are a very complicated shape. I don't know. I feel like they have kind of creepy eyes. They remind me of like circus animals. All the different Dream Eaters are very circus-like. See, I feel like that's kind of scary.
Hi, so it's voiceover Marie. I got a new microphone, so I don't really know what it sounds like. I hope it's good. But, I didn't really know what to say in this portion of the video. I was like testing out different ways to draw the eye and make it cuter. So I kind of like stretched it more like an oval. And then I added all the extra details. So I'm just gonna speed up the video a little bit. But if you've made it this far into the video, I'd like to know if you guys like these sort of like long chill videos, because this is actually really nice to make, and I'd like to do more like longer, slower, chiller videos. Also, secret fun fact, I actually recorded this back in January of this year, and it is now August, and I'm finally getting back to recording, well, editing. It was recorded already, I didn't edit it, so I hope you guys are liking it. I think you guys are really gonna like the final product of this painting, so thank you guys for sticking around this far. I'm gonna make this video a little longer, just as a test. But if you guys like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know, and I'll make shorter videos. I don't know. I have so many videos I want to make, and if you guys have any ideas, please leave them in the comments. All right, I'll let real time past Marie continue.
Okay, I changed the camera angle a little bit, so hopefully you guys can see a little better. I'm gonna try to use this. I think you can use it like a painter palette. I have a little giraffe. Please ignore my messiness. I have, this is like my computer area. I don't really have a proper place to draw. I usually draw on my bed, so this will be interesting to say the least. But anyway, I think I'm ready to get started. We have a very, very light wash. you tell I'm nervous? Because I am. Let's get a little bit more adventurous. Let's go in with some. There we go. Darker color. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a bit of a gradient now. So it fades into purple at the bottom. But I'm not gonna use purple right away because if you try to blend purple and yellow, you will get a nasty brown. And we don't want brown. But if you do pink first, that actually acts as a really nice in between. Okay. Alright. I think this is pretty dry, so I think I'm gonna start adding some other colors down at the legs. Got some purple. I'm gonna use my palette so I can mix in some water. I need more water than that. Do you like my little pony container? I usually use this like rainbow poop cup I've had since, oh god, like middle school probably. I had it from a birthday party, and I usually use that for my paint, but I thought I could use the My Little Pony one today. Okay, let's go in. Now, as long as my yellow is dry, it shouldn't mix. I'm definitely gonna have to do more layers though. My camera died, so I let everything dry, and I got my gradient in there. I'm sorry I didn't catch that. So I was thinking, since I'm painting a dream eater, that maybe it would be kind of fun to talk about my dreams. And I have a lot of really strange dreams, like dreams that I can't really explain or understand really. So this dream that I had, the whole time I'm not really sure if I was me. I have a lot of dreams like that where like it kind of feels like I'm watching somebody else's dream and not really my own. And in this particular dream, I remember my family was there, and it was also sort of Christmas themed, and we had to, the government was like weird. I'm not explaining this very well at all, but basically I ended up getting into my car and driving to this hill, and on this hill was like a house, and the house I guess was haunted. So then I had a detonator in my hand and I had to blow up the house because it was haunted, I guess. And so I blew up this house on the hill, and then it turned out that it wasn't the right house, so I ended up blowing up the wrong house, and I had someone like reporting back to me, and they were like, you need to get out of there now, you know, because I just blew up the wrong house. And so I drove away, and then somehow I ended up in this sort of Christmas town, and there was like snow falling, but I knew that it wasn't snow and that it was actually ash from the house that I blew up. And so I blew up this house, and I'm in this Christmas land, and for some reason we're like watching a Christmas parade, and this guy is giving me a weird look, and I see there's like this really big wall. So as this parade is going on, and like I think Santa's at the front of it, I'm not really sure, but as this parade's going on, I decide I'm gonna climb this wall. And as soon as I do, it gets really weird because, like, I'm obviously not supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to be climbing this wall, and like the whole mood changes, and no longer is it like a fun little Christmas. It's like, what are you doing here? Sort of a thing. And I start to panic because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And so anyway, I climb over the fence, and somehow my parents followed me. I don't really know how or why, but they follow me there, and I climb in, and as soon as I do, we're like inside of a building, and this building is very like closed off, and a lady greets me, and she's like, oh, welcome. And I'm like, where the heck am I? And she's like, you're in the maze. And I'm like, what is going on? Because I was just in the Christmas town, and I blew up a house, and now I'm in this weird maze thing with this woman I don't know. And she's like, oh, quick, they're coming. And my family and we like run behind this front desk thing, and this sort of like dancing doll comes up, and she starts to like dance at my father. And I was really confused, and I was like, I don't think I like what's about to happen. So I started beating up this dancing doll thing, and I saved my dad, and the front desk lady's like, no, you shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, why the heck not? I just saved my dad. Like, I think I did a good thing. And then she was like, they're not gonna like that. And then I woke up, and I still don't really know what the heck that dream was supposed to be. I'm very lost and confused by it, but yeah, that was my weird dream. Okay, this black is a lot darker than I thought it was. I wanted to add okay, it's fine. I was gonna use blue as my black, but I think there's no going back now. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. And speaking of dreams, I actually I'm really excited. So I have a little story. I don't know if I've talked about it on my channel before. I know I've definitely talked about it on my Instagram. So if you're used to me on there, then you know what I'm talking about. But I have a little story, and it's about magical girls who fight nightmares. And now that I'm thinking about it, Dream Drop Distance and my manga are very similar. I swear, I'm not copying. But I just think there's so much to be explored with the concept of dreams and what they mean and like where they come from. And that's kind of what my story is about. It's sort of like here's why we dream, and here's why we dream specific things. And I think that's kind of a fun thing to explore. So I finished painting this side, and as it's drying, I can see this sort of texture forming. It looks cool, but I don't really know what it is. I don't know if I'm gonna keep messing with it or not, but I think I definitely want to go over this with some colored pencil. I think that could help really make this pop, and then I'll paint a background and I think it'll be done. So what do you guys think so far? I think it's turned out pretty good. For my first time using this, I think I'm doing alright. I definitely think I have a lot of places to improve on. Like, there's definitely some gaps, and maybe if I did a wash first, that would probably help. But so far, I'm actually really enjoying this, and I think the colors are really pretty. Like, look at my paper towel. I feel like this is really pretty. I think I chose pretty good characters to use all the different colors, and I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. So I took a break to let this all dry, and I have my colored pencils. I keep them in this very cute case. But I think I'm gonna try to get some of this pencil off. I think I'm gonna try to go over all of this, not all of it, but some parts with a colored pencil. I feel like I did a pretty good job. I like I said, I've never really used anything like these before other than normal watercolor, and I'm not very good at normal watercolor either, so considering that, I feel like I did a pretty good job. I just want to kind of straighten out some of these lines a little better. I'm gonna go in with a nice yellow first. I'm just gonna use this as an outline. I feel like when I go outside of the lines, if I just add a thicker line on the outside, it kind of helps to make it a little better. Like it was intentional. Like, yeah, I meant to do that. But also I'm just trying to smooth out these shapes, because I did kind of make them a little wonky. I don't know. I've never really done something like this before, and I've noticed that whenever I make videos about my art, if I'm recording myself, I kind of get like stage fright, and I kind of don't know why that exactly happens, but it does, and sometimes I kind of hate it because I know I can draw better, but because I wanted to record myself, I didn't do as good as I know I can. I don't know. I wonder if other people feel that. I think I want to do a pink outline. Yeah, I like that. And then maybe I'll do a blue outline for the other one. You know what these colors kind of remind me of? They remind me of My Little Pony, like Princess Cadence. I feel like her colors are very reminiscent of, like, especially this part. This is very Princess Cadence-y, and I love that. I really want to make some My Little Pony art very soon, and actually I am. If you don't know, I hosted Draw This in Your Style on my Instagram, and something really fun is I get to do all of the prize art for that. And someone requested I draw a pony, and I'm very excited because I used to draw pony OCs all the time. I actually used to do free requests on Amino, if anyone remembers that. But and it's been so long since I've done that. Obviously I've drawn my own characters, but it's just so much more fun drawing someone else's. Cause like you get to see like their personality kind of in it, I feel. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Okay, so something that these thunder rafts have, they have like a little swirl on their tail. And I feel like that's gonna be a little hard to emulate. But I'm gonna do the best that I can, so let's see. I only have one chance, so this better turn out good. Okay. Oh yeah, I did that. That looks pretty good. It's time to do this eye, and part of me doesn't want to put black on it. So I think I'm going to try with this blue first. It's a really dark blue, but I want to keep the lightness of this character. I think I got it pretty good. Part of me wants to add like a white highlight because it looks wrong without it. Okay, I feel like that's about as good as it's gonna get. I'm pretty happy with this. I think the only thing I want to add now is a fun little background. I think I want to do some sort of blue. Maybe I could do blue and pink. Mix around the colors a little bit. Let's try that. I think I'm done. I kind of just let myself get a little crazy with this. I really wanted to like play around and mess with how this would lay. So it's really wet right now, and I think I'm gonna let it dry and see what happens. It might look like this, it might not. I'm also gonna try to flatten it out, and then I think we'll have a nice reveal. Ta-da! Here it is, my finished Himi Guache, or I think it's called Himi Guache painting, drawing, thingy, mabobber. I'm actually really happy with how this came out, and I will say some of it kind of dried a little weird, and it has like this really dry texture to it, but overall, I am very, very happy with how this turned out, and I think I definitely want to do more drawings like this. And I think my favorite part actually of the drawing is the background. I think I did a really good job, and I was just playing with it, you know? And I think that's always like the funnest part of art. But anyway, I think that's the end of this video. If you want to let me know what you think of how I did, please do. And if you want to see more of my art, you can go to my Instagram. I post there as much as I possibly can. And I have a Ko-Fi if you want to commission me. But be sure to send me a message first. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.